This is me, a multi-millionaire businessman with all my money and skills stripped away, and the only thing I'm left with are the clothes on my back and my hustle mentality. The mission, should I choose to accept it, is to make $10,000 before a 7-day timer runs out. If I'm able to achieve this, then I'll get all my money back. If I fail, I'll lose it forever. So here are the 5 steps I'd take. Step 1. Flipping trash. If you've ever been to a dump or a scrapyard, you will have noticed the masses and masses of unwanted goods left to rot or be destroyed. Although these items are perceived to have little to no value, flipping these items is, in my opinion, the fastest way to generate quick cash from nothing. I remember a couple of years ago, I was ripping up old paving slabs. They'd been in my garden for over 10 years and I had hundreds of the things. It was going to be an absolute nightmare taking them all to the dump or paying someone else to take them away. So I decided to put them on Facebook Marketplace to see if I could sell them. To my surprise, I sold every single one of them within a couple of days and made about $400. Most people wouldn't have bothered putting them on Facebook and instead just thrown them away. That's why there are so many hidden gems at the junkyard. First, I'm taking a trip to the local library to use one of their free computers. I'm going to spend a couple of hours making a list of what's selling well on Facebook and eBay, such as vintage clothing, furniture, electronics, collectibles, or of course rare items. I'm mostly looking for smaller things because I won't have a way to transport larger items. One thing I've put on my list is old Game Boy cartridges, as these are currently selling for thousands. If I can strike gold by finding a couple of these in good condition, I'll achieve my goal of $10,000 extremely quickly. Now I've made a list of all the things that are currently selling well, I'm going to head off down to the junkyard with a couple of free plastic bags that I've picked up from the supermarket. After a day of digging around, I'm pretty confident I'll be able to fill the bags with some of the items on my list. Now comes the tricky part. I need to sell them on Facebook Marketplace, so I'll head back to use the library computer and make sure to write engaging and informative descriptions that highlight the item's uniquenesses and potential uses. However, a big part of selling items online is the photographs, so I'll have to borrow someone's phone to take these. It's surprising how many people overlook taking good photos. It's the main thing your customers are going to see, so it's important to take as many high quality ones as possible. Now the items are listed on Facebook, I'm not just going to sit back and wait for these sales to start rolling in. The internet is a great tool, but I'm under a time limit, so I'm not wasting a single second of it. For the rest of the day, I'm going to go to places with a lot of public footfall, ideally a tourist heavy location, and sell as many items as possible. I'm very confident that after paying for food and somewhere to stay, I'll have more than $170, but let's call it that to be conservative. Throughout this challenge, I'll be staying in hostels, which can be as cheap as $10 a night. Step 2. Buying a tool. Sure, I could continue to look for hidden gems in the junkyard, but I'd probably make a very similar amount each day, which would mean I'd fall very short of my 10k target. By investing in some kind of tool, you can make your hours worth dramatically more, as you're able to get so much more done in the same amount of time. There are hundreds of different things I could choose to invest my money into, such as a camera, metal detector, or window washing equipment. But in my opinion, there is one thing that opens up more side hustle opportunities than anything else: an iPhone. I'm buying this used iPhone 10 for $140 and this SIM card for just $10, which comes with unlimited data for social media, which will come in very handy later on. The first thing I'm doing is going to the link in the description to sign up to Moomoo, as they're a great investing platform and currently giving away 16 free stocks worth between $2,000 and $2,000. It's almost like a lucky dip, and if I get a good stock here, it's well worth my time. I'm going to set aside the rest of my money for food and accommodation for this evening, which will mean I'll have to start from zero again tomorrow. But don't worry, I have a grand plan. Step 3. Offering a service. A service-based side hustle is the best way to start with absolutely no money, as all it requires is time. There are so many different services I could offer online, such as graphic design, copywriting, customer support, virtual assistant, content writing, and social media management. but I've got something else in mind. You see, I have a podcast called Strike It Big, and I know that every month we spend a considerable amount of money repurposing our longer videos into short videos on TikTok. However, so many creators aren't doing this because, to be honest, they don't have the time. This type of editing is a lot quicker and easier than a full-blown YouTube video. All you have to do is find a good clip from a long-form video that you think could go viral, and then use an AI-powered app to add captions, music, and B-roll. Even though it's pretty simple to do, it can be extremely valuable to creators, because if one of these clips blows up and gets millions of views, they can then redirect those people to their longer content. I'm spending this whole day making the best possible clips for free. I'll send these to the creators and let them know that they're welcome to post them on their accounts, and if they perform well, I'll do more for $25 per edit. But I won't rely on them seeing the messages. I'll also post the videos on my own TikTok and YouTube accounts, with a pinned comment letting people know that they can hire me. The next day, I'm sure some of the clips would have taken off, and I'll have a couple of $25 TikToks to edit. Depending on demand, I might even increase my prices to around $50 per edit. This is roughly half of what the going rate is for a high quality short, so I'd be undercutting the market. So after a full day of editing, I'll be left with at least $250 after paying for my food and accommodation. But to be honest, the money isn't actually the most important part of this step. My main aim was to test how popular the service was, get feedback, and build up my case studies. Now let's move on to step 4. Upgrading and productizing. Okay, now I've proven I can make money with this service, it's time to upgrade my equipment. I reckon I'll get at least $125 for my iPhone 10, which would leave me with $375 to invest in a higher spec iPhone. You see, the iPhone 10 is great, but these new AI apps are designed to work best on the latest models, and the more up-to-date phone I get, the smoother my editing experience will be. This will ultimately speed up my workflow so I can produce more clips. No matter what tool you choose to buy, there is always something you can invest your profits into to increase productivity. It's just a game of consistently recycling your money so you never have to start from scratch again. I'll make sure to edit a couple of clips on this day to make $50 or so for food and accommodation, but I'll mainly be focused on my bigger business plan. Doing one-off video edits is much more profitable than going to the dump every day and hoping to strike gold, but it's still not good enough to get me to that magic $10,000 figure. To reach this number, I really need to start treating this like a business and not just a side hustle. I'm considering all the interactions I've had with the people over the last couple of days and the things they've let slip about their business needs. One of the most common things I've heard them say is that they just don't want to think about repurposing their content. They want it taken off their hands and a constant stream of shorts delivered to them every day. I'm going to offer 20 short edits per month at a price of $1,500, as well as a premium one-off package for $5,000, which involves me designing their TikTok strategy from the ground up. I'm not being crazy. I know I'm very unlikely to sell this, but you should always have a package like this available that seems a bit nuts, because if you find yourself talking to a baller, then you need to have something far more expensive to offer them. If you want me to do this for real, type "I want more" in the comments to let me know. So I've got 2 days left and only $25 and an iPhone to my name. But trust me, it's all going to come together. Step 5, pre-selling. Now we're on the home straight. All the work we've put in during the last 5 days is really going to start paying off. Now let me ask you this. What do you think is the most valuable thing I have at this moment? Is it the money or the iPhone? The truth is, it's actually none of these things. It's my case studies, or in other words, my portfolio of work and client success stories. This is the true asset I've been building all this time, and it's what I'm going to start cashing in on. Most people would continue editing as much as possible, but that's just a race to the bottom. For the next 2 days, my only focus will be to close long-term clients. That means making absolutely nothing and living off my last $25 until I make a sale. Look, it will be very challenging, but I'm pretty sure I could close 7 clients on a $1,500 package with payment up front, resulting in me making $10,500. And not just that, I'll make that each and every month as long as I retain those clients. This price is very in line with what people are charging at the moment for this kind of service. I'd even add some kind of money-back quality guarantee to ensure my clients weren't taking on a lot of risk, therefore making it easier to hire me. I'll be honest, this wouldn't be a nice way to make $10,000 per month, as you'd be editing all the time, and therefore it might not be super sustainable. But if I wanted to make it fast, then I'd have to make that sacrifice. You can do this with any service. Getting clients on a retainer and payment up front is key. Once you do this and you know exactly how much cash is coming in every month, you can start to hire people to do the work for you while you close even more deals. If you've made it to this part of the video, then I'm interested to know how you would make $10,000 in 7 days. Let me know in the comments. I mean, most of you already have access to a phone, so you're 2 days ahead of me already. If you want to know exactly how to double your income in 14 days, then check out this video next, but don't click on it just yet. Make sure to subscribe if you want to grow your wealth. Okay, I'll see you over there.